What's up, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. So, today we have an interesting video for you guys, and we're located in Texas. So, I'm thinking that they're going to have more traditional values, more similar to my own. And this lovely young lady here is going to be in the streets, IRL, asking people, what is it to be a woman? And let's get it.
All right, y'all, it is International Women's Day 2023, so we are here at UT Austin to ask the ladies what it means to be a woman in the modern day, and also if they would feel comfortable sharing their spaces with trans women. Let's go find out. What is it like being a woman in modern day America for you?
I'm not comfortable.
There definitely is some like setbacks and challenges, especially like I'm queer, and so I have some like just problems with
She's
that.
queer. Okay.
In like a religious
That means
standpoint.
happy,
There's
gay,
still a lot
gay
of
happy.
struggles that women have to like go through just for the, I guess, the way that they were born, I guess, especially if you take into account like trans femme people and like stuff like that. So
I'm actually just working on a project right now. I'm an RTF major, and we actually just made a short film about women's experiences, like just existing in the world. It's called "You Should Smile More," and we actually did a whole bit about like how it is to just like exist around like kind of just the kind of entitlement of men and how they make people feel uncomfortable and just like in everyday situations and how that affects women in like their day-to-day lives.
What are some of those things?
I don't feel
men
like I
do
make
that
people
you
feel
uncomfortable?
uncomfortable,
Well, for example,
especially
in the
not
film,
women.
Like, the title of the film is "You Should Smile More." Just these like kind of
Women like to be around
offhanded,
me,
sort of,
actually.
like, backhanded
I'm
compliments
offended.
almost, where it's like it's inherently threatening and telling them like like you're only valuable because you're pretty, and like they kind of the tone that they use in certain situations.
I
I
actually
have never
identify as
said anything
non-binary,
like
but
that.
I have like still identify as mostly feminine person.
You're gender fluid. Talk to us about.
This
guess,
is
the
a
modern
fucking
day
guy.
version
What
of
the
what
fuck?
being
His
a
Adam
woman
apple's bigger than mine. That's a man.
I don't know. I mean, I'm only realized some more gender stuff about myself recently, like in the past few months or so. Because before then, I identified as a man most of my life, so I'm still trying to figure things out.
So what do you what are
I'm
your
so
pronouns?
confused.
Talk to us a little bit about your gender identity.
Pronouns, I guess right now I'm kind of vague about because I'm not out to like literally like everyone in existence, just kind of certain social spheres. But I guess like any at this point.
Any gender? So
Yeah.
like they, them, she, her,
Yeah, I'm fine
it,
with
he,
whatever.
him.
Yeah,
You go with anything?
yeah, I go with anything.
So gender and sexuality is something that
That's
has been brought to the
crazy.
forefront a
So
lot for
you could just
Women's
choose.
History Month,
You don't care.
International,
Whatever day.
Women's Day.
Today I feel like
someone
I'm.
is saying that
Tomorrow I feel like
trans women shouldn't be platformed because they're really biological men. Especially for Women's History Month. What is your viewpoint on that in the modern day?
I think trans women are women because biological gender is different, or sorry, biological sex is different from gender. So however you choose to present yourself, you are a woman. If you don't even have to have like any sort of
Gender and sex are the same
affirmation-
thing.
affirmation surgery.
I think if anyone wants to be a woman, they can. I think
I could be a
just
woman?
because a trans woman is a woman, and I do think we should platform that. They are
Nah,
women.
I can't be a woman. I just look down there. Nah.
Biological
No,
men
it's not gonna work.
going into like becoming a biological woman, and people have an issue with that because at the end of the day, they're a woman. Like you've become a woman, so now you are in that camp. So I could see why someone might have like issues
These
like, oh, that's not
people
a real woman.
must
But I
have
think
mental
that's
health
them
issues,
not being able
'cause
to accept the fact
if I
that
could just be a
that
woman
person has
today,
made
that's
that
kind of
choice
crazy.
to
Like,
become
I'm
a
all
woman.
Do you
man.
guys
I
view
am
trans
not a
women
woman.
and
I-
biological women the same?
If I competed in any men's sports, I would dominate. If I competed in any women's sports, I would dominate. What the fuck?
Yeah, that's a great question, but it's like that's a great question
That really
for
is a good
conversation.
Well, I mean, I think like the fact that like it's not just it's trans women and biological women kind of already inherently is saying they're different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like if it's like do you view a woman as the same? Even if that question, the answer would be no, because all women are different. Like Rihanna and Beyonce different. Same way like Caitlyn Jenner and like
He's gonna say him. He's a woman. He was gonna say him. Himself.
In the place of the arts,
He's
it's
about to be
like
the next trans woman out there.
Like we do like animal work, like we'll crawl on the ground like dogs or like squirrels, and then that like being a squirrel, you can like transition to like being like this like sort of crackhead where you have like this like tick, and it's like, I know I'm getting there.
What
I'm
the
getting there.
fuck?
But it's like, you know, you're
I'm
laughing
not being
at
no
that, but it's
crackhead.
like we have no room to judge because then like
I've seen
best
crackheads.
actors
I
out
know
there,
crackheads.
like
I'm not.
Robin Williams and Mrs. Doubtfire.
I grew up
You know,
around
Would you say
crackheads.
that
I'm not being no crackhead.
a man transitioning to being a woman is the same as an actor pretending to be a squirrel?
See, that's just a crazy ass
See,
question.
you said you were getting
well,
there.
what I'm getting at is like the not the embarrassment, the judgment on
Right.
other people of like, you know, this is just, that's what I do. Now you might not necessarily do squirrel work, but I'll do it because that furthers like my life and my career and everything. And if you know transitioning furthers somebody else's life in the way that they want to, then like.
Oh, he thinks he's gonna be a filmmaker.
Do you view biological women and trans women the same way?
Oh no.
He had a Longhorn shirt on.
Yeah, yes and no. I
Texas.
think they should be labeled
I want
the
to
same,
talk to you guys.
but
Is
I
this
think
how the majority of Texans think?
acknowledge that trans women
Because
and cis women
the
can
last
be
time I was in
trans.
Texas was like
I mean, I think
2011 in
that's
San
what
Antonio in the
they're
Army,
today.
and it was totally
Do you think
different.
that we should be
I liked
focusing
Texas
more
back
on
then.
Transgender women's voices now in the modern day society.
I might not go
and trying
back.
to uplift them more than, let's say, other groups of women in the space. What are your thoughts?
Yes, in a way, because they do go through more.
And it's nice to get validated
Yeah.
in your identity and stuff.
Trans women are, oppressed and stuff. I think they deserve. I don't know what
They
I'm
deserve
trying
to
to
have
say.
a voice. They deserve
Yeah.
to have the right to identify the way that they see themselves as.
I think trans women of color should be uplifted the most just because they have the most oppression facing them.
And talk to me too a little bit about that. What are some of those oppressive things that they're facing?
It could just be like small, everyday microaggressions, or even as far as someone going and assaulting
Microaggression, okay.
It's all intersectionality.
Scary.
So they deal with just more than
Don't
one
get
thing. Where trans
microaggressive
women,
with
they
me,
might be a
please.
person of color. They might be part of the LGBTQ plus community.
I might get my feelings hurt.
It's hard to. A lot of things affect them. It's not just one thing.
I guess assigned female at birth person, you just generally have a lot more hardships just from like the way you were born. But I do think like trans femme people, it's kind of dangerous to be a trans femme person. It always has been. There's a lot of violence that trans femme people, trans women, like specifically
Pretty sure
face.
it's dangerous
The
anyway.
way that the United States and law and policy are so focused on changing or just bothering the trans community, and I feel like that should be.
Look at that dude
you
being
know,
nosy
it
back
should-
there.
It should obviously be a part
keep
of
looking at.
law in terms of giving them the freedom that they want, but other than that, I feel like that should not be a subject to talk about unless you are a part of the community or it has something to do with you, because you don't truly know how it feels to be trans. Unless you're supporting, then I feel like it should not be talked about.
I'm not supporting it, I'm
So I think
talking.
one of the reasons why it is
That's why we're in
because,
America,
for
and
women's
I fought
sports,
for this
example, right,
country,
you have some
so I
people
can
like
have
Leah
freedom of
Thomas,
speech.
who is a biological male that went and swam with the women, obviously took first place. Leah Thomas, broader shoulders, was just
I
bigger
fought for
in
America as
general.
a straight
So
male.
in terms of women's, sports, or even sometimes women's locker rooms, like young girls are being exposed to trans women who still have male genitalia. So these are kind of little kids that are seeing that.
Keep the trans away from the little kids.
That's
That's
a
my
good
main
question.
point here.
When it comes to the locker room, I feel like if these people if the trans community, if they feel like they are the opposite sex, like a female or a male, then they should be able to go into the locker room or whatnot because they truly feel like they are female. So 9 times out of 10, I can't speak for everyone, but they're not trying to mess with the opposite sex if they feel like they are that sex. Like if they're a female going into a female locker room.
There's a lot of creeps out there. A lot of creeps.
Because they now are a female.
If they can now say they're a female now and go to the locker room today and be a male tomorrow, they'll do it.
Exposing a child to male genitalia just because that person feels female is a good thing for society?
Well, I feel like you're not going to expose your genitalia in a locker room. I know for me.
That's what you do. You get dressed.
So in terms of like
You shower.
yourself
Locker
in the
room. Gym. PE. We had open
but
showers.
If people are afraid that the trans person is going to mess with the female in the locker room, that's why I'm saying I feel like it's not an issue either, because if they identify as female, then they're not going to try to mess with these females.
Really, anyone can be dangerous.
But do you think little kids should be seeing this type of thing?
No.
I mean, well, kids shouldn't be seeing genitalia in general. I think, I mean, if a woman, like, goes into a bathroom and is, like, showing off their, like, genitals or whatever, that's just, like, a sexual predator. Like, they just need to be in jail.
For example, in my gym, women will walk around and they'll get naked changing because, you know, we're all biologically the same there. So that's kind of the situation that some people are in. There are children there. But I guess, like I said, in the instance of it being a trans female, like, what are your thoughts on, I guess, children seeing that?
I mean, I don't know. I think it's...
Let your women win. I know you got crazy ass hair, but answer the question truthfully.
I just think, like...
Forget political, forget your nose ring. Your brain is dead. I could tell. Look at your hair.
It's, like, kind of a weird situation.
People that have crazy hair colors and they're not stable in their mind. If they do crazy stuff without their hair, think about it. If a woman has long hair, it's beautiful, blah, blah, blah. They have a boyfriend, they're fine. And then they get in a breakup, something happens, some trauma in their life, then they cut their hair off because they weren't in a stable mindset. They were not in a stable mind. So if you see people like this, feminists, blah, 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 they usually have a different color hair. Like this girl here too, because they're not in a stable mindset. And they don't really know their identity. They're lost. They're looking for shit.
Anything. Like, I don't see it as a problem, and I think that if they're comfortable being in the women's bathroom, then go to the women's bathroom.
Because they are women.
Yeah.
These are the same women that are going to get attacked by those trans people.
Like, what are your thoughts on that type of mentality?
And then cry about grape and all
As
this.
educated as well, when parents usually say
They're the ones I'm trying to protect. I don't want no trans men in any woman's bathroom. No men. That's why they call trans men. No men in women's bathroom. Not even myself. I'm not going in the women's bathroom.
Because their genitalia might not. Sex and gender are two different things, so their sex and gender might not match. But
Keep hearing this. Is this a Texas thing? Sex and gender are two different things. Is this a Texas thing? This has to be a Texas thing. I don't hear this shit in Florida.
Would absolutely be okay sharing a space with trans women.
Is this because all the California people went to Texas? Don't do this shit in Florida. Cali people, now Texas people, don't come to Florida, please. People that think like this, don't come to Texas.
I have a lot more things to worry about than trans women coming into the bathroom.
I don't see really a problem.
I think, honestly, men are the problem in that point because I don't...
What did I do?
There is a large majority of people being predatory in women's restrooms. It is men. It is not people who identify as female with male genitalia.
No,
I
it's
definitely think trans women
it's this guy. Because he doesn't know if he's a man or a woman, but he's gonna go in a woman's bathroom. So one day he's gonna like women, one day he's gonna like men. He might probably likes both.
Would you
Misogyny. Why is it coming back to men? Everything coming back to red pill traditional men. Y'all all mad at us because we believe in traditional and we believe in protecting women.
identify as a woman, at that point, does he then become a woman?
It's
Like,
sad.
what are your thoughts on how all that works?
I mean, well,
It's misogyny.
because this is
It's
like
these
a
men.
social phenomenon,
It's this.
right?
Y'all really think I'm the problem?
Presenting as a woman,
There's no woman that gets uncomfortable around me that gets threatened by me. They know that I'm gonna be the first one to protect them in any kind of fucking situation that goes down. I'm never gonna hurt them. But I always get blamed. It's seriously in the internet, in real life, at the job. If I hurt someone's feelings or something just for working, trying to work, then I'm in trouble. I'm in trouble all the time. Does the world hate men? I guess that's my question.
Maybe more oppression or issues.
It's about to be done.
Yes, absolutely. Like, and I think
I wanna ask you guys a few questions, chat. My supporters. I love you guys first of all. Everyone that supports me and feels the same way and agrees with me, I thank you guys because I'm usually attacked all the time. My YouTube views are stifled. They're cut off because the way I speak pretty bluntly and on these hot topics that are actually affecting us nowadays that we need to knock off. We need to quit bringing this transgenderism and everything for the kids in the elementary schools, in fucking middle schools, even in high schools. Let them figure that shit out. Like, traditional men, we're not gonna knock them, we're not gonna say anything, but as long as you don't throw it in our kids' face. So it's scary having a kid nowadays, and everything like that is like just because you could send them to public school, which that's why I'm never gonna send my kid to public school. But if you send them to public school, you could have a 22-year-old woman or trans woman teacher trying to indoctrinate them into transgenderism and becoming like a religious cult. That's what transgenderism is becoming. Like, everyone, it's the cool thing to do. And then these kids, you take elementary school kids, they don't even know if they like girls or boys yet. Like, it's nothing that they should know. They should be having fun with boys and girls just running around. But you want to tell them, hey, you were born in the wrong body, and just keep telling them. Of course, they're gonna think that they're gonna get indoctrinated to thinking that. It's crazy. And then you got people looking like this out there, wanting to get their shit busted down by other men, and want to be women and treated like as a woman, but be hella strong, hella Adam's apple, hella this, and a biological man. See, I'm a big believer in science and biology. What I do for a living is a lab tech. So, of course, I'm a big believer in science. Not the COVID shit, not the shit that was made up. And yes, I said it, YouTube. But that COVID shit was made up too. This transgenderism shit is a mental health issue, which if you don't, you could let it be. Like, I just let it be. I don't care. I don't believe in therapy. I have a psychology bachelor's myself. And this therapy shit is like just people just want to be heard, basically. But it doesn't help anything. So I believe men are not depressed. Depression is not real. It's something made up. These depression drugs are not for you. This birth control, you shouldn't do it. You gotta be natural. But I would like to think what you guys think, chat, because this shit is getting crazy. And this is in Texas. That still blows my mind. It's in Texas. Is this how Texas is? Let me know, because if it is, I'm not going back to Texas. We need some, like, all this public policy trying to further these mental health issues. We need to help treat it instead of trying to normalize it, and it's a minority. Let's normalize being normal. Let's normalize making something of yourself. Let's normalize not trying to show out and not trying to, you know what I mean? Be unique in your own right. Don't try to just hop on a bandwagon just because everyone else is becoming it. Don't try to get less feminine. Be masculine. Be men like you're supposed to be men, gentlemen. And women, be women like you're supposed to be women, feminine. I guess that's all I got to say for this. Thank you for joining me, and I really appreciate it. It's Alpha Anthony, and we out.